Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of LAKERS, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
NBA playoffs. JJ Redick pinpoints key adjustment Lakers must make versus Timberwolves. Game 1 of the series between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves was a tough pill to swallow for JJ Redick. In his first ever playoff game as a head coach, he watched his team fall by 22 points, a frustrating debut that made one thing painfully clear: the defense needed a complete reset. And to his credit, Redick responded. Heading into Game 2, he knew adjustments were non-negotiable, and the Lakers came out with a completely different mindset on the defensive end. The energy, the rotations, the effort, it was night and day. After watching the Game 2 victory back in full, Redick confirmed what he felt in real time. The defense was strong, cohesive, and set the tone. But he didn't sugarcoat things. As far as he's concerned, there's still room to improve, and that work has already begun. Redick pushes for more pace and grit. While Redick was pleased with the progress on defense, his post-game analysis showed he wasn't fully satisfied with the Lakers' offense. Yes, the team was more structured and effective than in Game 1, but in stretches, especially in the third quarter, the offense stagnated. Redick, visibly frustrated during that period, was even caught on camera giving his team a fiery wake-up call during a timeout. The issue, according to Redick, isn't just execution. It's mentality. "We've talked about this since day 1 of training camp," Redick said. "This team has to play with urgency, with tempo, with fire. That's the identity we're trying to build, one that's been missing for the last 2 years." And he's not just preaching. On Thursday, during a focused practice session in Minneapolis ahead of Game 3, Redick zeroed in on pace and mental toughness, two elements he believes will make or break the Lakers as they hit the road. Playing in front of a raucous Target Center crowd isn't going to be easy. The Timberwolves have shown they can feed off that energy. For the Lakers, staying composed, aggressive, and locked in, especially when the crowd turns up the volume, will be critical. Tonight's Game 3 will reveal whether Redick's message landed, and whether the Lakers can bring that same grit and purpose to enemy territory. Luka Doncic reveals the real shift behind Lakers' Game 2 bounce back. The transformation from Game 1 to Game 2 was so striking, it was hard to believe this was the same Lakers team. After being physically outmatched and flat-out embarrassed in the series opener, Los Angeles came back with fire, focus, and a level of physicality that set the tone from the opening tip. The result? A gritty 94-85 win that tied the series and reminded everyone why this team can't be counted out. Setting the tone early with physicality and purpose. From the very first quarter, the Lakers sent a clear message: they weren't going to get bullied again. The defense was suffocating. They fought for every loose ball, contested every shot, and dominated the paint. They won the rebounding battle 41-34 and made life miserable for Minnesota, holding them to a dismal 20% from beyond the arc, just 5 made threes, the lowest total by any Lakers opponent all season. Same game plan, different energy. Surprisingly, Luka Doncic downplayed the idea that there was any major tactical overhaul between games. "We didn't change much. It was just about being more physical. We were locked in for the full 48, he said post-game. That simple truth says it all. The blueprint was already there. The Lakers just needed to bring it to life with energy and urgency. And this time they did. Forward Dorian Finney-Smith also pointed out a key adjustment: limiting Minnesota's three-point volume. The Wolves went from 41 attempts in Game 1 to just 25 in Game 2, forcing them into a slower, more uncomfortable offensive rhythm. Edwards admits he was thrown off. Even Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards seemed caught off guard. After the game, he admitted the Lakers threw defensive looks at him he had never seen before, and confessed he was a little confused. Whether or not the schemes changed on paper, the execution added layers of complexity that completely disrupted Minnesota's flow. The mission now: bring that same fire to Minnesota. With the series now tied 1-1, the challenge becomes clear. Can the Lakers sustain this level of intensity on the road? Game 3 shifts to a hostile environment in Minnesota, where the Target Center will be packed and loud. But the Lakers have made one thing abundantly clear: when they play with full-throttle intensity, they have the tools to control the series. Now comes the hard part, doing it 3 more times. This battle is far from over, but Game 2 proved one thing beyond doubt. The Lakers are still very much alive, and they found a formula that works. Now it's all about consistency, belief, and showing up every night like their season depends on it, because it does. Carrying momentum into enemy territory. The Lakers' response in Game 2 didn't just shift the scoreboard, it shifted the momentum of the series. And now, heading into Game 3 in Minnesota, all eyes are on whether they can bring that same energy into a much tougher setting. The Target Center is known for its intensity, and with Timberwolves fans ready to rally behind their team, the pressure is about to reach a whole new level. But pressure is something Luka Doncic thrives under. Since arriving in LA, he's embraced the big moments, and this one might be the biggest yet in purple and gold. "We proved something to ourselves in Game 2, Doncic said after practice on Friday. "Now we've got to do it again, and again." Head coach J.J. Redick echoed those sentiments. While pleased with the team's bounce-back effort, he made it clear that Game 2 can't be the peak, it has to be the new standard. He's challenged his players to maintain that same edge, especially on the defensive end, where the Lakers stifled one of the NBA's most dynamic young scorers in Anthony Edwards. A shift in the locker room mentality. Internally, the tone around the team has changed. Multiple players have mentioned a renewed sense of accountability and urgency since the Game 1 loss. Veteran voices like LeBron James and Dorian Finney-Smith have emphasized discipline and communication, especially when it comes to executing defensive rotations and closing out possessions. Even players off the bench, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and Jordan Goodwin, are feeling the ripple effect. Practices have been sharper. Film sessions have gotten louder. Everyone's more dialed in. And it's not just the players who've taken notice. National attention, local expectations. The national media has started to pay attention too. Pundits who wrote the Lakers off after Game 1 are suddenly re-evaluating their takes. On ESPN's NBA Today, Kendrick Perkins praised the team's grown man response, while Brian Windhorst noted that Game 2 looked like a team that finally found its playoff identity. Still, the Lakers' no one win doesn't win a series. They'll need to outwork, outthink, and outlast a Timberwolves team that's still dangerous, especially at home. Looking ahead. If the Lakers can steal Game 3 on the road, they'll do more than take a 2-1 series lead. They'll plant doubt in Minnesota's mind and potentially tilt the psychological edge of the series. That's the opportunity in front of them. They've shown what they're capable of. Now it's about proving it wasn't a one-night spark, but the start of something real. Rob Pelinka praises J.J. Redick for his humility and style as head coach. When Lakers GM and president of basketball operations Rob Pelinka hired J.J. Redick as head coach last offseason, it was a bold and unconventional move. Redick had 0 professional coaching experience and was the same age as LeBron James, fueling skepticism and criticism from media voices across the league. But in just under 1 full season, Redick has not only silenced the doubters, he's emerged as one of the more impressive coaching stories in the NBA. He's earned the trust and respect of his players, including LeBron, and consistently has the team prepared, no matter the opponent or stakes. Ahead of Game 2 against the Timberwolves, a game in which Redick and the Lakers made smart, decisive adjustments to even the series, Pelinka spoke with Spectrum Sportsnet about what makes Redick so special. JJ has this rare combination of humility and style. And that's hard to find. You've got to be humble enough for the players to truly connect with you, and our guys love JJ, but he also carries himself with a kind of confidence that makes him decisive and bold in tough moments. That's not something you often see in a first-year coach. That's why we believe in his leadership. Redick has completely reshaped the energy around the Lakers. Post-game interviews have a new tone, one of ownership, clarity, and unity. Under former coach Darvin Ham, players would often express frustration about not feeling prepared or aligned. It was clear there was a disconnect. But under Redick, even after losses, players have backed him wholeheartedly. They don't question the game plan, they take responsibility for not executing it. That kind of belief in a coach is powerful. And it's a big reason Redick's first year has been such a success. Pelinka reacts to contract extension. While the focus is fully on the first-round battle with Minnesota, there's been major front office news behind the scenes as well. Rob Pelinka recently signed a contract extension with the Lakers. Along with the new deal, Pelinka was officially promoted to president of basketball operations, in addition to continuing his role as general manager. A longtime member of the Lakers family, well known as Kobe Bryant's former agent, Pelinka expressed gratitude for the extension, but he made it clear, the job isn't done. There's still a championship to chase. Pelinka's belief in Redick wasn't just a gamble, it was a statement about the kind of culture the Lakers want to build. A culture rooted in accountability, communication, and adaptability. And so far, that vision is paying off. League insiders have taken notice. Analysts who once questioned the hire are now praising Redick's poise, his X's and O's savvy, and most importantly, his emotional intelligence, something Pelinka has long valued in leaders. NBA veteran and broadcaster Richard Jefferson recently commented, "JJ's always been one of the smartest guys in the room. But seeing how he's translated that into leading a team, especially this team, with all its personalities and expectations, that's next level." The buy-in from the roster has been crystal clear. Veterans like LeBron James and Anthony Davis have openly supported Redick in interviews, while younger players such as Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura credit him for helping them grow their confidence and roles on the court. The chemistry on the bench and the unity during timeouts reflect a team that's locked in, not just to a system, but to each other. Off the court, the Lakers front office is moving in sync as well. Pelinka's contract extension signals ownership's trust in his long-term vision for the franchise. After years of instability, coaching changes, roster shakeups, and playoff uncertainty, the organization is striving for sustained success and continuity. Redick's arrival appears to be a central pillar of that plan. The reaction from the fan base has also shifted. Initially divided, Lakers fans are now embracing Redick's leadership style. Social media has been flooded with praise for the team's more disciplined play and improved effort on both ends of the floor. The locker room no longer feels reactive, it feels intentional. As the series with the Timberwolves continues, all eyes will be on how Redick handles the pressure of postseason basketball. But if his first season is any indication, he's not just surviving the moment, he's shaping it. And for Rob Pelinka, that's exactly what this team needed. Luka Doncic, LeBron and I need to keep the Lakers united in Minnesota's challenging road environment. After tying up the series, the Los Angeles Lakers are heading to Minnesota for the next 2 games, where the atmosphere promises to be nothing short of intense. Luka Doncic knows that environment all too well, having faced the Timberwolves in last year's Western Conference Finals, and he's ready for the challenge once again. It was in Minnesota that Doncic famously hit a clutch three-pointer over Rudy Gobert in Game 2 of that series, securing a thrilling victory. Now, Doncic is focused on helping the Lakers secure a win in one of the upcoming 2 games. He believes that staying united throughout the game will be crucial to their success. "It's going to be a huge challenge," Doncic said about what he expects in Minnesota. "I remember it well, they have an amazing crowd, and they'll be making noise from the very first second. At some point, they're going to go on a run, but we have to stick together. It's us against the whole arena, so it's going to be really tough. I've been through it, and it's not easy. We need to stay together, no matter what happens." Given the caliber of the Timberwolves and the electric atmosphere expected in that stadium, the Lakers will have to fight hard to come out on top. There's no doubt that tough moments are ahead, but Doncic feels it's up to him and LeBron James, as leaders, to ensure the team remains calm and composed, even when the pressure mounts. "Obviously, we can't panic. But Bron and I, as the leaders of this team, we have to make sure the team stays together," Doncic added. "Like I said, going into Minnesota is going to be a battle. The fans are going to be loud and crazy, so no matter what happens, we can't panic. We have to stay together, and that responsibility falls on me and Bron to keep everyone united." While the Lakers have faced challenges on both ends of the court in the first 2 games, things could get even tougher away from home. But with James and Doncic setting the tone, this team has the potential to thrive in Minnesota, and Luka seems more than ready to step up to the occasion. Luka Doncic believes the Lakers can improve in the paint. One area where the Lakers showed improvement in Game 2 was their attack in the paint. The team went from just 32 points in the paint in Game 1 to 46 in Tuesday's win, and Doncic still believes there's more room for improvement. "I think when we attack the paint, a lot of good things happen," Luka said after the win. "It's like everything comes together. We need to do that more often. We've talked about it, we need to get into the paint, no matter what. That's something we're focusing on, and I believe we can do even more than that." The challenge of Minnesota, a crucial test for the Lakers. As the Lakers prepare for Game 3, the importance of staying focused and unified cannot be overstated. The The challenging road environment in Minnesota will certainly test the Lakers' mental toughness, especially with the fans ready to erupt and the Timberwolves looking to capitalize on their home court advantage. With the series tied at 1-1, the next 2 games in Minnesota could prove to be the turning point. Luka Doncic and LeBron James are undoubtedly the pillars of leadership on this team, and it will be their ability to keep the squad grounded under pressure that could determine the outcome. Both players have been in countless high-stakes situations, and their experience will be vital to navigating what promises to be a hostile environment in the upcoming games. This is where the true character of the team will show, Doncic continued. LeBron and I have been through the toughest of times in the playoffs, and we know what it takes to stay focused, even when everything around us is chaotic. It's going to be a battle, but we have the right pieces to make it through. The Timberwolves' strengths: a young, hungry team. The Timberwolves are a formidable opponent, full of youthful energy and determination. Led by Anthony Edwards, who has been stellar in the postseason, and the strong presence of Karl-Anthony Towns, Minnesota has shown that they're not here to be taken lightly. With the crowd behind them, the Timberwolves will undoubtedly bring an aggressive energy to Game 3, and the Lakers will need to be at their best to stifle Minnesota's momentum. The Timberwolves' defense, which has been solid throughout the series, could be an even greater challenge on their home floor. Edwards' ability to lock down on defense while also contributing on offense makes him a constant threat. The Lakers will need to find a way to limit his impact, while also dealing with the inside presence of Towns and the defensive tenacity of Rudy Gobert. Despite the challenges, Doncic remains confident that the Lakers' experience will shine through. "We've faced adversity before," he said. "LeBron and I know how to handle the pressure. We just have to stay disciplined and execute." The importance of team chemistry. For the Lakers, their chances in Minnesota will rely heavily on the chemistry between their star players and the depth of their supporting cast. In Game 2, we saw flashes of brilliance from their role players, particularly the effort from Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell, who made significant contributions. But the Lakers will need everyone to step up consistently, especially as they face off against a Timberwolves team that's gaining confidence with every game. The focus on staying together that Doncic mentioned will be crucial. Team chemistry, particularly in high-pressure moments, can make all the difference. The Lakers must ensure that each player is focused on the collective goal and not on the individual spotlight. With LeBron and Doncic as the anchors, the rest of the team will follow their lead. Doncic's confidence in the Lakers' ability to bounce back. As the series moves forward, Doncic's role on the team extends beyond his leadership on the court. His confidence is contagious, and his understanding of the challenges the Lakers face will help keep the team mentally prepared. While the atmosphere in Minnesota will be intense, Doncic knows that the Lakers have the tools to overcome it. "We can't get caught up in the noise," he explained. "The fans will be loud, but we've been in hostile environments before. It's about blocking that out and staying focused on the game plan. If we stick to what we know and trust each other, we can come out with the win." A look ahead. Game 3 as a defining moment. Game 3 will undoubtedly be a defining moment for the Lakers. With the series tied, it's a chance for them to take control of the matchup and shift the momentum in their favor. The Timberwolves will come out swinging, but the Lakers have the leadership, experience, and talent to match their intensity. The key will be whether they can weather the storm in Minnesota and keep their composure in front of a raucous crowd. As Doncic emphasized, this series isn't just about one player. It's about the team's collective effort. With both him and LeBron James steering the ship, the Lakers are in good hands. But they'll need to continue to grow as a team, and their performance in Game 3 could set the tone for the rest of the series. "This is what playoff basketball is all about," Doncic concluded. "It's about being tough, staying together, and knowing that the next game is always a new challenge. We're ready for it." Caught in the act. LeBron James' flop steals the spotlight in Lakers' playoff win. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers secured a critical Game 2 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves, tying the series and reigniting hope for fans across LA. But while the win itself was huge, it was another moment that lit up the internet after the final buzzer. A scene so dramatic it could have come straight out of a Hollywood script. An Oscar-worthy performance? Late in the game, LeBron hit the floor, clutching his face like he'd just taken a heavyweight punch. The moment didn't raise too many eyebrows live, but a sharp-eyed fan caught the replay and paused at the exact second LeBron peeked through his fingers, just checking if the act had convinced the refs. Classic. The clip quickly went viral. One fan joked on social media, "He's the funniest athlete of all time." Another chimed in, referencing an earlier moment between LeBron and Julius Randle. He barely grazed LeBron's beard and dude dropped like he got hit by a truck, then walked off holding his nose. Flopping, strategy or just cringe? As always, LeBron's theatrics reignited the age-old debate. Is flopping a clever tactic, or a stain on the game? Some fans defended the move as part of the modern NBA, saying it's all about drawing the whistle. If you don't like it, don't watch. Flopping is part of basketball now, one supporter argued. Others, though, weren't so amused. I respect LeBron's greatness, no question, said another fan, but man, that was just embarrassing. GOAT or the greatest showman? Of course, the moment poured gasoline on the eternal LeBron versus Jordan firestorm. One fan quipped, "This is exactly why we don't call him the GOAT." Jordan didn't flop. He didn't sell Barbie dolls either. While the internet debates his acting chops, LeBron and the Lakers are focused on what really matters, taking control of the series. Game 3 tips off this Friday night in Minneapolis at the always rowdy Target Center. Tip-off is set for 10:30 p.m. Brasilia time, live on ESPN. Flop or not, one thing's for sure, LeBron always knows how to keep the spotlight on him. And in the playoffs, that's half the game.